I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Commander, but you have to promise never to tell anybody else.
This ship doesn't suck like a lot of people try to say it does, but shh, you didn't hear it from me.
This is the Adder, manufactured by Zorgon Peterson. The Adder is basically a multi-crew capable version of the Hauler with one extra size 2 module in the optional internals. She also has one size 2 and 2 size 1 hardpoints. Remember those old Earth vehicles back in 1999? Yeah, that's what the dashboard reminds me of, and the look out the window is tarnished by all the support beams. I could be like everyone else and dedicate an entire video to why the Adder completely and totally sucks, but instead, I'm gonna focus on why she's glorious. If you're a new commander, you don't buy the Adder to keep forever, just understand she is a means to an end. Meaning if you want to make a bunch of money fast, either doing core or subsurface mining, the Adder's for you. She's not going to be the most beautiful ship that you ever fly, Commander, and she most definitely sounds like a vacuum cleaner when you're boosting around. The main thing you need to understand, this isn't about falling in love, this is most definitely a one-night stand. Here is your perfect loadout if you ever want to do core hunting in the Adder. Notice how close I am on the power draw. I am basically maxed out, so you have to pretty much follow this loadout to a T or you might run into power issues. And because you are a super duper intelligent commander, you are never going to forget to buy your limpets. If you follow this Adder build to a T, you essentially have enough room to store up to 22 of any of the core materials you like. Generally, this means you only have to find one core asteroid to fill up your entire cargo hold, but if you're greedy and want to look for a second one, you'll be able to fill up your refinery all the way as well. While we scan these rings, I'll mention if you want a full in-depth guide on how to do core hunting, make sure to check this video here. It's money time! Let's drop down into these rings and make a whole bunch of space cheddar. Now I like to follow this rule of thumb whenever I'm mining pretty much anything in Elite Dangerous, but I like to follow the gold hideways towards the hot spot. Now watch how I drop in, chasing the bright gold pay streak. Here is my ultimate lazy commander fire groups. If you set this up just exactly like how I have it, it's going to be super easy to do what I'm doing. Due to the limited field of vision in the Adder, your very best bet to find cores would be to get into your third-person camera mode and just kind of look around while you're firing off your pulse wave analyzer. Make sure that your ship is flying in a straight direction so it doesn't crash into any of the rocks, and eventually, you're going to find yourself a core. When you find that core in Elite Dangerous Odyssey, there is absolutely no doubt in your mind, there's one right there. Just think, if you decided to do combat instead of mining in the Adder, you could be dying right now instead of making money. But since you're a smart commander, you know that combat in the Adder is just for the memes. She might have 3 weapon points, but the thing you need to understand, Commander, is all that is held together by a bunch of paper mache and space vinyl. It's not very good for your health if you try to do combat. Besides, you have better things to do than get blown up on a constant basis. Those hard points are better suited for mining tools. Oh my god! Even in an Adder, that's good. Yeah. I was 900 meters away, all my shields got blown off, and I still took 14% hull damage. Keep that in mind, commanders, when you're mining in Odyssey. God, look how large those core asteroid chunks are. I mean, how do they even fit 22 pieces of those things inside the Adder? This is where the Adder shines. I literally just went in, did a surgical strike on a single asteroid, and I'm completely loaded up with a bunch of freaking space loot. The Adder might not be good at combat, doing passenger missions, running any amount of cargo, but she can find one asteroid and make you a bunch of space bones. Maybe core mining isn't for you? That's totally okay. Let me show you what the Adder can do when you install a subsurface displacement missile on the size 2 hardpoint. I'm going to keep the abrasion blaster just in case we find any surface deposits, but I am going to change the collector limpet to fire group 1. Make sure to top off your collector limpets. Let's get the heck on out of here and load our hold all the way up with a whole bunch of low temperature diamonds. One subsurface deposit has the potential to almost top off your cargo racks. If you find a second, well, you're going to have more diamonds than you can carry. Sure, the Adder can laser mine as well. It does it a little bit better than the Hauler. However, we're after big money, big prizes, no whammies. Hell yeah, big prizes! We actually got pretty lucky. It only took me 6 prospectors to find this subsurface deposit. Now let's hope I don't totally screw up this subsurface minigame, because if I screw up, I'm not going to get any diamonds. Fire your missile and keep your finger held down on the trigger. What you're waiting to do is find a brick of 1 or 2 and let go of the trigger at the perfect moment. If you do it right, you're going to find diamonds. If you screw it up, you're not going to get squat. Each time you fail or succeed, it's going to use up some of the deposits, so commanders, don't fail. The Adder might not be very maneuverable in combat, but what she can do well is sit on her butt and fire some subsurface displacement missiles for all that glorious space cheddar. Speaking of space cheddar, you want to see something that breaks my bitty little space heart? There it is right there. There's 2 freaking core asteroids, and I'm set up for subsurface. Sure, the Adder might not be good at very many things, and she looks like she got beat down with an entire forest full of ugly sticks. Don't look at her, just look at all the glorious space around her. Understand that you're in this relationship for the short term. You're definitely going to be trading up as soon as you possibly can. The Adder is the perfect storm that only happens to commanders that are too broke to buy anything better, because once you get enough money scraped together, you generally ghost the Adder, never to return. The Adder is basically a cheap date. In less than an hour of filming this footage, I was able to do core mining as well as subsurface mining, and I made over 10 million. That's not too shabby considering the prices suck where I'm selling the stuff at. Here we go, I'll get you at least 1 money shot selling the low temperature diamonds. We ended up making just a little under 5.5 million on this load, not too bad. If you can stomach the Adder sounding like a vacuum cleaner flying through space, then she might be for you. I can't believe I literally filmed this part sitting next to my wife and it took 5 takes. On the 5th take, we laughed so freaking hard. All my love to my Patreons, YouTube channel supporters, and Discord channel boosters. I love you guys.